Hiya folks, got a few things to share with you today. I hope you don't mind a tinkering about day. I'll see you in a minute. Right, now I may have told you I needed the little ends for the Triumph for claim for the weather strips on the roof. And my subscriber Peter Moore reached out to me and said that he's got a 3D printer and he thinks he could make them. So I sent one off to him. So he actually created some from the pattern that I'd give him. Let's show you what he's done. Right, well, as you probably remember, the ends to the Triumph for claim, let me get you a little bit nearer. These roof straps here, they end there, but there was a plastic cap that went over the top of them. And I had 3 of them, but one of them was broken and missing. Now, I've been looking for them everywhere and I couldn't get them. So I've given one to Peter. So this was the original, and he's been able to reproduce using his 3D printer this virtually exact copy of the drawing. I think he's done an actually wonderful job, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I think you can sand these back. He's done 2 types for me, I'll show you in a minute, but let's just fit this. And as you can see, if I just slide that under there and hold it down there, that is absolutely perfect. Now, he's done 2 types. He's done this soft one, which is a soft rubber, as you can see, that bends. Or he also done them in a hard plastic, and these ones don't bend, but they both fit absolutely perfectly. Look at that, look. This one's a slightly tighter fit, which is quite nice. But I don't know which one to go for yet, which one to fit. These can be painted, obviously, so I will be painting them anyway. But I think you'd agree he's done an absolutely fantastic job of reproducing them on his 3D printer. All I've done was give him the pattern. As I say, this one's flexible, as you can see. I may go with the harder ones because that'll probably look fine when it goes on there. So he's done me a whole bag of them, look. And he also sent me this as well, which he printed on his 3D printer as well. Look at that. The actual mechanism of the bolt is actually printed in one piece. So that sliding piece inside, he hadn't fitted that. That was all printed as one piece. You can see the whole bag of them right there, look. So thanks very much, Pete. That is absolutely fantastic. And I have got a 3D printer and I'll have to get it working and also learn how to use the blinking thing. It's still sitting in the box. I bought an Ender 3 Pro. Those of you who do 3D printing, you'd obviously probably heard of that one. It's quite a popular one in the starter market, but it just shows you how amazing these things are nowadays, a 3D printer. I have got one, as I said, and I've never used it before, and I don't know where to start. But I've watched a few tutorials, but I've just not had the time to get involved with it. So that will come at a later stage. So I bet you could sell these. Now, I presume these are sandable, and they can just be smoothed off to achieve the smooth finish like that. But we'll see how we go. Paint them up, happy days. Well done. Thanks very much, Pete. Right, a lot of people have been asking, when I've been doing Triumph videos, they've seen this BMW at the back here, and asking whether or not it's going to be featuring on the channel. Well, it isn't. It's basically one of the jobs that Jimmy had outstanding when he had his unit back in October last year, believe it or not. And he's had problems, obviously, storing it, and he's now painted it. It needed a complete body respray, and as I say, he's had problems storing it because he lost his unit, as you probably know. He kept it at another mate's unit, and then he had to go back to, obviously, full-time employment, so to speak. And then, obviously, the COVID bit happened. So he's actually got it sprayed now, the main body of it sprayed. Let's show you it. Now, this is what it was like. And as I say, still got a few bits to do on it. This was the tailgate, as you can see there. And I think it had a spoiler on the back there, I'm not too sure. And what is it? I can't think. What is it? A 325i, is it, or something? I'm not too sure. But yeah, so the main bodywork's been resprayed now. That's what it was like this, as you can probably see there. It was in a bit of a state. And let me just try and wipe the rain off it now. But as you can see now, it's a lovely deep blue gloss. The whole car's been sprayed, apart from the bumpers have got to be done, the boot's got to be done, the bonnet's got to be done, and I think the front bumper as well. This was in a terrible state. All the lacquer was actually peeling up on this. So that's got to be primed and finished off now. It's all been flatted off now, but as I say, the old car has actually been done now, although you can't really see how good it is. And it's got to be buffed back, cut back and buffed up. But this ain't going to be appearing on the channel because, as I say, it's not my car, and as I say, it's for a customer that Jimmy had from October last year. But yeah, and being in full-time employment, he's at work Monday to Friday and also every other Saturday, so he doesn't get very much time. And also, we've had the COVID and also the weather. Days like today, I know it's a Saturday today, but it's been raining today, and that's just the way it goes. So if you are watching, I think it's Adam, the chap whose car this is. He's on it like a car bonnet, so to speak. So there you go. That's what that BMW is doing there. Now, coming inside, you may have heard on my Butler's Empire channel that I'm going to be starting some new projects up, and it's going to involve resin casting. And I've got a load of kit here. This costs quite a lot of money. And I've also got a vacuum pump chamber as well, which I'll show you out in the log cabin in a minute. I did show it on my Butler's Empire channel, but I've got loads of stuff here for setting up a resin casting, you know, where you can basically put items inside resin, in solid resin blocks, and make little decorations or table weights, paper weights and stuff like that. It's got many other applications as well. I've gone for the Glass Cast 50 resin at the moment to start off with, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this done. I'll be doing these on my Retro Hacks channel, so there won't be no talking or commentary over it, but you may see me having a few practice runs on maybe on this channel or maybe Butler's Empire. So if you are interested in seeing how this progresses as a hobby or an interest, do tune into my other channels as well, Butler's Empire and also Retro Hacks. So let's put that away. So coming over here, this is the vacuum chamber which I bought for my resin casting to get the air bubbles out of the resin mixture before you start pouring it. And I haven't had this running yet because I've still got to put oil in it. I've also got a vibratory rock tumbler there. I did show this on my Butler's Empire channel the other day. But again, that's for cleaning small nuts and bolts and stuff like that. So these are all new additions. I found out the best way to hang my battery drills is upside down. They sort of sit in there a lot better, because if you have different brands of drills, they can, or different makes or model numbers or whatever, they can sort of not quite sit in there correctly. So that's fine. I'm happy with that. So let me push that over to one side. Oh, that's heavy for the moment. And I've got a few things to show you here as well. First of all, I've got a little parcel come from one of my subscribers, Damien Brooksbank, and he writes, "Hi Martin, here's a small collection of toys which I mentioned in an email." He did send me an email. Some are older than others. I think a couple of the cars date from when my father was a child back in the 1950s. I saved these from the bin. They were going to get chucked out while my parents were having a clear out, and immediately thought of Retro Hacks. So if you are able to salvage something from them, it would be great to see the video. Thanks for the content. I subscribe to all your channels and the variety is really good." And that's from Damien Brooksbank. Thank you very much, Damien. So let's have a look and see what he's got me. So yeah, there is a collection of oldies here. Again, these are how I actually like to receive them. In very, very poor condition. Bits missing, bits broken off of them, and obviously in need of restoration. That's what we do. It's not worth really sending me anything that's in pretty good condition, because it doesn't make for a good video. So that's a nice thing to restore as well. Look at that. Look, the old EUCLID, Elucid rear dump truck, whatever that is, but made in England, Meccano Limited. So there you go. That's a nice one to restore, actually. So that's one that's going to probably appear on the channel. And old things like these, well play worn, for example. And I may or may not restore these. What I may do as my first little resin projects, because these are probably untouched from the 50s, although this one looks like it has been repainted. But even something like this, for example, which is really a bit well-worn, battered, I may put something like that in resin and cast it in the resin as it is, as a relic from the actual period of the era, you know. So I might do something like that. So something like this could very well end up just in resin as it is, as a paperweight or something like that, something for a desk of the era sort of thing, you know, that's really play worn. So yeah, he's got a few selections of stuff in here. Obviously all need refurbishment, but yeah, thanks very much for them, Damien, and we'll definitely put them to good use. And it's not only the, as you know, my videos are quite varied. We might be doing lawnmowers, small engine, car repairs, something else going on, garden work, bit of building work. We do lots of stuff on here. And the reason why I do that is to show you my day-to-day sort of lifestyle. What you see in my videos is actually what I get up to on my day-to-day lifestyle. So sometimes that can help people come through something, and then they send me a letter. And I've got just one of those letters here from a chap, I won't mention his full name, but his name's Scott. And he says, "Hi Martin, I just wanted to write you a letter of thanks for your YouTube channels. I've been a subscriber for many years now and found your channel because of Gary's RS Turbo. We did a series of videos, if you look down my car playlist, when Gary had an RS Turbo, and we've done a lot of work on that." He says, "I'm a taxi driver in Plymouth and a big Ford enthusiast. About 10 years ago, I was attacked by a group of lads on New Year's Eve in my taxi, and since then, I've struggled with confidence and depression. Thanks to watching your channel, I've managed to overcome this by getting out in my man cave and keeping myself active instead of festering away indoors. I've completed some really cool projects since watching your channel out and have now become a decent paint sprayer, considering he does it in his shed." Exactly what I do, basically. So that's what he's been up to there. "I've welded a patch on my cab and do most of 90% of the repairs on her myself now. Anyway, Martin, I just wanted to say thank you, as I have not been relying on medication for my depression since 2016. That's fantastic. If we can get you off of medication just by doing something, suddenly you can feel better and get the old feel-good hormones pumping around your system. So well done there, buddy. Getting in and out my workshop and keeping myself busy is a massive reason why. So yeah, having an interest, having a passion. You don't always do something for monetary gain. You do it sometimes because you enjoy doing it as a hobby. And if you're doing something in a day-to-day life as a hobby, like I do with the things I tinker about with, then you got it cracked, I think. And that's what I would like to thank you for, and other YouTubers, for the work that you do." His kids even done him a Retro Restore Father's Day, saying that he was unrestorable. How about that? Now, he said, "Pictured below are some things I've restored thanks to the knowledge I've picked up watching Retro Restore. And as you can see there, he's done some brake calipers there. There's a little before shot, so he's obviously cleaned them all off and that. And the paint finish on this, I think you'll agree, he's done a nice job of them. Absolutely fantastic. And he's also done the valve cover there to that Ford ST there. That looks absolutely fantastic. He's done a marvellous job. Now, this is stuff he wouldn't have done if he was just sitting in front of the TV and festering. So well done there. Anyway, thanks, Martin. Looking forward to more future content on YouTube. And thanks, Sharon, for showing me how to make the low-carb bread. It tastes amazing." And that's thanks from Scott. So I do receive these sort of emails on a regular basis, and I thought I'd just bring that one to you just to hit home as to why there's such a variety of stuff on my channel, or channels, and why I also show you behind-the-scenes stuff as well on the Butler's Empire channel. Now, talking about the low-carb bread there, if you've been following my, let's say, my channel for quite a while, you've probably noticed that I was a lot heavier over the years, and this happened since I started working from home, and I basically put on a lot of weight. Everything I ate, everything, all the carbs and all the rubbish food and stuff like that. And the bottom line was that I got to the stage where after 10 years of abuse, I got diabetes, and then I ballooned up, and I'm going to show you a picture in a minute of what has actually happened since January this year, and now that I've actually controlled everything, and the difference I have made to myself and my lifestyle in a 6-month period between January and where we are now in June. I used to be fit and active all my life. I was always running, I was always doing weights, training and stuff like that, and I've always been fit up until the age of 41, so to speak, and then, as I say, I put on loads of weight. But from YouTube, all you've ever seen me is being quite overweight, and that's never really been what I have been. But anyway, cut a long story short, 2013, because I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, they wanted to put me on statins, they wanted to put me on, well, I was on high blood pressure medication as well, which was all due to being so bloated and overweight. And this picture here, that was me when I was diagnosed on the left there in 2013, October 2013. I was at my heaviest there. And as you can see, I'm very, very bloated. You don't really notice it at the time. I weren't very well. I had high blood pressure. I had the type 2 diabetes, very sugars out of control in the blood. And then up and down, it's been up and down. I've lost a couple of stone over the years from there till the middle picture, as you can see. The middle picture was me December, 6 months ago, 2019. I was about half a stone lighter than in the previous picture, as you can see, from 2013. So I've been playing about and not really following the regime which I'm on now. And from the middle picture to where we are now, this was June, this was taken just before I had my haircut, by the way. And I'm sure you can see the vast difference in a short 5 to 6 month period that I've actually done, and that is basically removing carbs from my diet. I know I'm a vegetarian. I went vegetarian for a month in January just to try it out, and I'm still vegetarian. I've had no food cravings. I don't get any food cravings anymore. And if you want to see how I've actually done that in such a short time, pop over to my Butler's Empire channel, do hit the subscribe button, and also have a look at the playlist where it says we're coming back. Watch all them videos, you'll see exactly what I've eaten to be able to do that. I've still got another 2 stone to lose. I've lost 3 stone already in that short time, and I'm going to lose another 2 stone. That'll get me down to where I want to be. And then I'll start getting healthier and fitter and stronger and start doing the weights and start training again. All this has been done without going to the gym. I'd just like to tell you that. If you're going to the gym and thinking that you're going to lose weight, you're going to find it a hell of a lot of hard work, and you do most of your calorie burning at night when you're asleep, by the way. But you've got to control what you put in there, and that's where the big secret is. There, going through there. You've got to cut out certain foods which have caused you to become bloated, overweight, lethargic, and don't forget all the other things that go along with that. Aches and pains, all the joint pains. I'm on no medication now. I've got blood pressure down to normal, and everything's being controlled literally just by diet. If I would have gone down the route what the doctors wanted me, they wanted me on medication for diabetes, they wanted me on statins, they wanted me on blood pressure medication, they also wanted me on asthma medication, but all that is now stopped. Well, none of that really happened, because I controlled it all within the last 6 months by diet. I won't go on about that. Visit Butler's Empire. I will leave a link in the description below for the playlist, and that'll take you straight there. Just watch, and I've been eating exactly what I've been eating in them videos. I've done a 7-day plan, just to let you know exactly on the 7-day period what I've been eating, and I've not veered from that. I don't get any food cravings, so I don't feel the need to eat sweets, biscuits, pasta, rice, potato, all that stuff. You don't get cravings anymore. When you stop eating carbs, you turn that switch off that goes to your brain, and you don't crave food anymore. Anyway, enough of that. Oh yeah, so I'll just show you this quickly. I just restored this little police van on my Retro Hacks channel, and the person sent me the wrong dual headlights for there. So Mike Coulthart got in contact with me and said he's got some of them, so he's going to send me some of the correct size headlights, and also they didn't send me the little stickers for the number plate. I'm going to probably end up making them myself anyway, so I will get that done. And yeah, that's the little Ford Transit. Apparently it's a Mark 1 Transit. I've been saying it's a Mark 2 Transit. I probably got it wrong, and I've now corrected that on the video, and it's now a Mark 1 Transit. But it's a nice little thing though, look. And it's something I've been restored or wanting to restore for ages and ages. And when I got it, obviously it was in a right old state, but it didn't have none of these little signs and little cones with it. Apparently these are all supposed to come with it. And I hope you agree there that it's turned out very, very nice. And yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. He actually sent me the wrong glass for the windscreen, so I had to cut it down and make it fit. But as I say, that's on my Retro Hacks channel, as you can probably see up there. And yeah, it's turned out very nice. So I will be making number plates for that. If you have seen it on Retro Hacks, the number plates are missing on there because they didn't come with the sticker set. Normally I print these things out myself, but I actually bought the correct sticker set for it, and yeah, they didn't supply them, so I will be printing my own. I've got this little thing to do. This again was sent in by a subscriber. That's in the right state. I've got the graphics for that now, and also the tyres. And I've had this little Rover for quite a while, and I've been waiting for getting a windscreen for it at the back there. As you can see, it's shattered. So that will be done as well. And something like this, for example, I may put in my resin as well. I may cast that in the resin. That's a nice little old memento there from times gone by. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this little, just a tinkering about video. I've not really done anything today, but the weather outside now is pouring down with rain. 2 days ago, or even up to yesterday, it was like being in Cyprus, the weather. It was up to 30, well, just over 30 degrees here in Lincolnshire, in the Midlands in the UK. And now it's pouring down with rain, and it's a little bit overcast and all that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. Do keep watching, and do subscribe to my other channels as well. If you do like my channels and do like my videos, check out my other playlists as well. There's all sorts of stuff on there under different headings: lawnmower repairs, other car repairs, bike repairs, all that sort of stuff. Many different playlists. I know a lot of you watch it on the mobile phone, and you probably don't get to see the channel playlists and all that. But if you're on a PC or whatever, you go to my channel, have a look down all the different playlists there. You might find something else that you might be interested in. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.